What's up, YouTube? My name is Talon, and today I'm here to talk about Windbreaker Season 2. I know I'm like days late on this. I had a very busy weekend, and then I just recorded something special last night that I know a few of you will enjoy, especially if you've been a long time subscriber. You will enjoy the next video that I upload. It might not, or yeah, it'll probably be the next video, so stay tuned. But let's get on to talk about Windbreaker. The fights in this is always really good. It really reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, or really like the start of like the first Dragon Ball in the franchise, which is of course Dragon Ball, where it was always about the martial arts fighting, and like it was just so grounded because out of all these people, you don't see like any powers or anything. Like it's really like real life. Like they're actually out there, fighting. And that's what I like to see. It's just grounded. It's probably really one of the only animes that's out that I know of right now that stays pretty grounded. It stays really in this like real world setting that you can imagine this being like anywhere. I want to say the first two episodes were certainly my favorite because I wasn't sure how long that little story arc was going to last, because of course it came in from season 1, where I want to say like the last few episodes they met up with one of the kids' old friends, and they found out that their other friend was not kidnapped but taken in by like another gang, and it just wasn't good for him. So he came together and he tried to get his friend back by himself, and then he came back to Beauforine and pretty much just told him like, hey guys, like I'm trying to do this by myself. If you want to help me, you can help me. They were like, fuck that, like you're a brother, we all got your back. And that's what I love to see, is there's a real brotherhood in this show. They all are like tight knit. Like if you have problems, we all have problems, pretty much. And I like that. So that was really the first two episodes. And they really just pulled up and was like, we're going to get your friend back. And that's how they left. I mean, they ran into some problems in that first two episodes, but that's because they're a bunch of first years. So they're, at this point right now, they just feel like they're invincible. And they didn't really set up a good plan. But I liked it. I really did, especially when the second years show up and they really show them. And it was only 3 second years who showed up and they were able to defeat the rest of the gang. So imagine if all of the second years showed up and how fast that fight would have ended. And then after that, they had another little arc where they was trying to save this girl from this other gang, and they teamed up with one of the upperclassmen. I believe she was a third year or so. And then, so that took up a majority of the season. And then the very last episode was just pretty much like an episode to hype up for season 3, or kind of like tease what's coming. And I think the next season will be really good. I think season 1 is still my favorite, simply because like how that storyline was set up, and then the fights. We got a lot more Sakura fights, and in season 2, Sakura he fought, of course, but he kind of got his ass beat in the first 2 episodes, and then he didn't like fight too much. Like we've seen some other fights, but not a lot out of him. And I'm trying to see or like predict what comes next. So after they do the next fight with the next gang, I would at least like to see like a time jump or something, to where maybe we might see Sakura as a second year, and maybe we can see him working his way up the ranks or something like that, because I think his goal and what the show might do is pretty much just be like his story of like how he rose to the top. And granted, like there is some really good leaders that they have now, but I just want to see like where's the bigger picture, because that's not really what I'm seeing right now. And it can be hard with a lot of like animes that surround themselves like throughout fighting, because even with the Dragon Ball franchise, if you watch it like season to season, it's hard to like really predict like what's the bigger picture and like what's going to happen. But you know, you mainly watch these animes for the fights anyways, and not so much the story, which is how I feel. I love Dragon Ball Z to death. It's my favorite anime. But I wouldn't put it up there with a lot of animes that like stands on stories like Attack on Titan or Erased, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, you know, things like that. But when it comes to like a lot of the action and the fights and stuff, then you know, it's definitely one of the best animes. But as far as Windbreaker goes, so far I would say season 2 was maybe a 7.5-ish out of 10. There's just some points that was just getting like pretty boring for me. But I think I was like enjoying season 1 a lot better because of course they bring in Sakura and they, you know, really have him meet his classmates and things like that, and then they duke it out a little bit, and then the fights that they had on like that stage with the other gang, I really loved that story. It just felt right. And then the last like few episodes was building up the next season pretty much, which was good. I like that. And then they gave us 13 episodes in the first season. I don't know why season 2 only gave us 12 episodes. But you know, hopefully season 3 comes out next year, because if this can be a show that just releases year after year after year, you know, I'll be here to watch it. So also be here to give you guys some reviews. Let me know in the comments, have you guys checked this anime out yet? Hopefully you did if you're watching a spoiler review on it. But let me know what you guys think about Windbreakers, or like any other animes that you guys might want to suggest to me that I can either watch, review, you know, whatever. But let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, and of course subscribe, because I'm doing giveaways. Working on getting to 200 subscribers right now, really right around the corner from there. Almost there. We just gotta hang tight and, you know, keep on pushing these goals. But that'll be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Have a good day.